Well, good afternoon to everyone tuning in. As you see the tower, the center tower at O'Hare International Airport with a United 787 passing behind it. Welcome to O'Hare International Airport live from the hill on the southwest side. We've got a beautiful view, some beautiful aircraft to see today, and some beautiful weather to complement that. So we are going to bring you the best quality aviation video live here from O'Hare for a few hours, and that will start with an ANA, All Nippon Airways Boeing 777-300 that is about to line up for runway 28 right at 777-381ER. That's ANA Flight 11, headed to Tokyo Narita Airport on a 9-year-old 777. That one, let's get the camera over. It will line up as it's lining up here on runway 28 right at 13,000 foot runway. It's the longest one here at O'Hare. That one will be departing to Narita in just a second. Another heavy to look forward to that'll be departing relatively soon. We have Korean Air, a 777 headed to Seoul Airport, as you also see a United 737, this one a 737-800 arriving from San Diego, flight 1502. That 737-800, 6 years old, delivered to United in March of 2017. As you can see, yep, we got our ANA rolling down 28 right, so let's listen to those powerful GE90 engines as they're departing runway 28 right on their way to Narita. We'll head out west for a second, then should be taking a turn to the north in just a moment. We'll zoom back out. She hasn't yet made that turn. Got Red Shoe commenting, love the zeeb, zeeb, zeeb. For any of you that don't know, we were recently in Germany. Got a nice tour of the Frankfurt airport, a fantastic airport, and in German, when they're talking about a Boeing 777, it is the Boeing Zeeb Zeeb Zeeb. That is 777 in German for you guys. So we're learning some languages here too. Yeah, that Zeeb 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 now on her way to Narita. Just made the turn to the north. Now on a 326 heading, we'll probably turn to maybe a 010 before making its way north. Flight time of 11 hours and 45 minutes for that 777, 6,270 miles. Check out our next departure here. An American 737-800. as we were just talking about a minute ago, we have the Korean Airlines 777-300 lining up for 28 right for a departure to Seoul Incheon Airport in South Korea. We'll look really quick. We got a retro livery CRJ 200 here. Korean Air now lined up and ready to depart 28 right. Apologies. It's just this 777 here, 9 years of age, delivered new. We got a couple people also watching. Judy saying, awesome spotting at ORD. Chi-Town is the best. It is. We got some of the best, heaviest action from around the Midwest, and well, we also have this beautiful day so far. Just a couple clouds currently. That Korean 777 waiting for departure clearance on 28 right, and looks like she's gotten it. She is now rolling down 28 right. 9-year-old 777 registered Hotel Lima 8011, departing to Seoul Incheon Airport here. Got another Boeing Zeeb Zeeb Zeeb. This one headed to Seoul. Listen to these GE90 engines. About 13 hours of flight time for that aircraft on its way to Seoul. Looks like we've got an E175 lined up and ready to go from runway 28 right. That is indeed an E175 long range United Express SkyWest flight 5359 headed to Albany, New York. Here at O'Hare International Airport, one of the busiest airports in the world, currently number 6 on the list for aircraft movements, specifically departures, with 7,915 expected departures in the next 7 days. Its busiest route is to LaGuardia, 220 flights served per week and 259 airports served worldwide. It's also got the most runways of really any airport in the U.S., excluding Edwards Air Force Base out in California. They've got about 10 runways. We have 8 here. We have 28 left, 28 center, 28 right, and then 27 left, right, left, center, and right, and then 22 left and right, 4 left and right, and on the opposites of the 28s you have runway 10, and on the opposites of the 27s you have runway 9. That E175 still waiting to get clearance on 28 right. So we'll look at an arrival coming in here. American Eagle Envoy Air flight 3821 from Memphis and Embraer 170 standard. Looks like that E175 going to take the first high-speed exit there on 28 center. CRJ200 just landed before, and it looks like our SkyWest E175 now clear to take off 28 right, rolling down that runway currently. Nice departure for that E175. We'll go back, take a look. We've got great view from our hill up here. We've got a great view of O'Hare, of basically every part of it. If you come over to the north, we have a 727 formerly owned by FedEx. It's used for fire training, and also that's our de-icing area there. And then you've got a couple views of different hangars for United and American Airlines respectively, the north tower of the airport. And then coming around, new tower being built, and a couple of arrivals you can see on 2827 right up there. Make your way over, you can see a China Airlines cargo Boeing 777 that arrived just a few minutes before we started streaming here. And you can also see a lot of construction equipment. There's a new satellite terminal, part of the ORD 21 program. New satellite terminal being built for Terminal 1. And then you can see Terminal 1, mostly used by United and some of its Star Alliance partners, such as ANA and Lufthansa. Then coming over further, we can see the Hilton here at the O'Hare Airport and two of the other towers. The United Terminal 1 tower that's there for communicating to ramp operators for pushing and for tugging aircraft back and forth. And then making our way over, we have Terminals 2 and 3, and then Terminal 5 that's gotten quite a bit of construction recently. You can see looking nice and new over there. Terminal 5 is our international arrivals terminal, also has customs within it, and we've got quite a few airlines that are over there currently.
Sean N. saying hi, XLRS Aviation. Welcome to the live broadcast. Thank you for joining us here at Chicago O'Hare International Airport. It's a bit gusty. There's some raindrops up in the air. Not quite the anticipated sunny weather we were expecting, but I'm sure it'll clear up in a little bit. It'll be absolutely beautiful. We thank you all for joining us today and hope you're having an absolute blessed day. Let's see. Also, Sean saying I'm in hurricane season right now. It's kind of frightening, but we're glad you're joining us here. Definitely not quite as intense weather here as I'm sure wherever you're watching from. Let us know in the comments or in the live broadcast, where are you watching from right now? Let us know. We'd love to see where everyone is joining us from all over the world to see beautiful Chicago live here on XLRS Aviation.
Coming into frame, you've got an American CRJ200 Air Wisconsin to be specific. That aircraft arriving in and taxiing back, arriving in from Richmond, Virginia, 1 hour and 46-minute flight time. Decent amount of action going on at O'Hare right now. We've also got, we're gonna come over to way off in the distance, the United Star Alliance 767. This aircraft, 31 years of age, arriving in from Zurich, Switzerland. United Airlines Flight 12 on a 767-322 extended range. 9 hours and 22-minute flight time from Zurich. Now just 2 miles from the center of the airfield, arriving in. with an American 319 departing in front of that. As that United Star Alliance touches down, I want to welcome you all to take a look at the beautiful Chicago skyline to our south and east here. O'Hare Airport is located roughly 30 miles northwest of downtown Chicago. We've got a great view with this FedEx 767-300 tail in front. You can see all the way on the right, just next to the tail, that's the former Sears, now Willis Tower.
Oh, we're getting featured on Chicago Flight's live stream right now. We've just been told, Wave XLRS, you're on the other stream right now. That's kind of funny, TJ. Thank you for letting us know.
Let's go head over and zoom in on Chicago Flight's live stream.
Also going to read a few comments real quick. Noob Army saying, how bad was the runway delay yesterday? Rye, any insight on that?
The runway delays were quite bad yesterday. Just a few minutes before the stream started, we had a China Southern cargo 777 arriving from St. Louis. It was diverted there yesterday morning.
Looks like he might be waving to us.
So,
also, another comment. Sean saying he's from Virginia. Thank you for joining us, Sean, from Virginia.
Thank you for joining us from Virginia. Oh, also, departing pretty soon here, we have Japan Airlines, the One World livery 777, Zeeb, 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 departing runway 28 right, going to Tokyo Haneda. Everyone can say hi over to Mark on Chicago Flights over there. On the big hill, we've been over there before. Lots of fun. He'll get a nice front row view of this 777. We got the tower in the background. You guys can decide which view you think is better. Do you prefer Chicago skyline in the background or the tower and the airport aprons in the background? Speaking of that, Japan Airlines looks like they've lined up waiting on 28 right, and now they have their clearance. Now they're rolling down 28 right on their way to Tokyo Haneda Airport.
Spotted! Chicago Flight's doing some spectacular stalking. And also spotting, of course, but...
Stabilize this shot of the One World livery for y'all. Beautiful 777 for Japan Airlines. Now making its turn to the north. In the One World livery, what a beautiful aircraft.
Sean asking, is there a storm right now? I wouldn't call this a storm, but it is definitely raining. We're getting some wind and a little bit of rain.
Taking a look at the METAR here at O'Hare, the forecasting system for weather, we have currently scattered clouds at 1 to 1,000, so 12,000, and broken at 1 5,000. 15,000. There's still 10 miles of visibility, and that latest METAR from 48 minutes ago showing the winds at 260 at 3, so the winds have changed slightly, but as of right now, we don't have a storm over us, and luckily the forecast does not call for one.
Ryan, you want to answer this one? How are we dealing with the humidity?
Yeah, so here in O'Hare currently, that's a great thing to mention, from the recent METAR, temperature of 27 degrees Celsius or 81 degrees Fahrenheit, and a dew point of 17. The humidity right now is actually not too bad. It will probably get worse later in the afternoon as the temperature warms up, but as of right now, the temperature is definitely, and the humidity, both of those are definitely tolerable. As the weather warms up though, in the next couple hours, we will definitely keep you guys updated on if we are overheating, or if our devices are overheating, or if we're staying cool.
Sean saying, hey, XLRS, the biggest airport in my area is Reagan National.
Oh, Reagan National is a fantastic airport still. I have not personally flown out of Reagan International, DCA, but I've known several people to fly in and out of there, and if I remember correctly, the approach takes you right over the National Mall, so that's got to be quite a view coming into Reagan, DCA. Come over to an arrival here on 28 Center. An Airbus 320 operated by United. This aircraft arriving in from none other than Dallas-Fort Worth Airport in Texas. Hour and 55-minute flight for United Airlines flight 1634. This Airbus 320 delivered new to United in April of 1997, makes it 27 years old now. And its registration is November 439 Uniform Alpha.
Hunter saying, I'm coming to O'Hare today, but going to plane spot inside of O'Hare. That's awesome.
Terminal spotting can be very good here from O'Hare. As he slows down on 28 Center, we'll go over to 28 right, where we have an Atlas Air 747 departing. It's a nice surprise. Nice little double shot of our United and our Atlas Air. United arriving, Atlas Air departing. And speaking of, most likely with the winds, with them being a stronger direct crosswind, that Atlas is not departing to left. It is going to Dover, Delaware, so not too long of a flight, so it should rotate fairly quickly here and turn off to either the left or the right. Dover is slightly south of us, but let's listen to these CF6 engines as it departs 28 right. See if it makes a turn either to the north or to the south.
We are 20 subscribers away from reaching 7,000. So if you know,
6,980.
that's right.
Perfect timing.
If you know anybody that might want to watch this live stream, send the link over. Maybe they'll join it up, give us a subscription. Free to do so.
That Atlas making its turn to the north now, over to Dover, Delaware, the capital of Delaware, if I am correct. Correct me if I'm not. Let's see, we've got a United 737 and looks to be a Spirit Airbus A321neo, delivered new in March of this year, headed off to Las Vegas in Nevada. Off to the desert she goes. This aircraft, November 717 November Kilo, departing on runway 28 right now.
Sean, maybe someday we'll make it out to Reagan.
Beautiful departure for that 321neo. Take another view, take another look at downtown Chicago. Aircraft arriving soon here. You hear a CRJ 200 departing. We have a Southwest Airlines 737-700 series. November 563. Oh, is he doing a go around? No, he's not. He looked like he was for a second. He lifted up his nose just slightly. The 737 looked like it was going to do go around. Let's watch it land on 28 center now, though. In the new livery here. No longer any, no, there might be one 737 in the Canyon Blue still, but all of them are in this new livery now. Nice landing. His reversers are applied. Reversers and brakes to be able to reach that first high-speed exit on 28 right, 28 center, excuse me. This aircraft coming in from Nashville. Fun fact about Nashville. Oh, we get a double shot with the Southwest. Fun fact about Nashville, their airport ICAO code is Bravo November Alpha, or BNA, because Nassau, Bahamas took the NAS. So unfortunately, whenever you want to fly to Nashville, you have to remember that you're not flying to just Nashville, you're flying to Nashville.
Nashville.
Get a quick look in. If any of you are wondering what you're looking at here, you can see this is the ILS, or Instrument Landing System, hold short line if you're holding short of runway 10 center here. So the Instrument Landing System hold short line is just slightly further back than the normal hold short line, and those hold short lines are yellow and black. Go off to another Southwest, this one departing now. Another 700 series 737, they're departing. Turning over to the north, we have another arrival here on runway 28 center. That arrival there from Miami, United Airlines 737, as we have an American Eagle CRJ Air Wisconsin CRJ 200 departing to Moline, Illinois. And looking through on radar, a couple aircraft coming in soon. Just 10 minutes away, we have Austrian Airlines Flight 65, a Boeing ZZZ 200, and United Airlines 787-10, a Dreamliner, arriving in from Paris in 17 minutes.
And at 1 o'clock, we're going to have to do our very first top of the hour of the stream.
Next departure on 28 right, we have American Eagle Envoy Flight 3975 and Embraer 175 long range headed to Rapid City, South Dakota.
Benjamin, thank you for joining us today. Appreciate the positivity. If you're enjoying the stream, please feel free to share this link with anybody that you know might enjoy this.
Nice departure for that Embraer 175 headed to Rapid City, South Dakota. 777 miles. Flight time of roughly 2 hours on average. Our next arrival, you can see it far out. We'll zoom in there. You can see it far out in the distance. United Airlines Flight 580, an Airbus 319 coming in from Charleston. Is that West Virginia? Not Charleston, South Carolina. Get Charleston, West Virginia, and Charleston, South Carolina. This one's coming in from South Carolina. We've also got departing runway 28 right, an Airbus 320 United Airlines Flight 1198. We're going to stay on the arriving 319, however.
We've also got a quick question in the chat. I'll leave it to Ryder. I want to know, are some airplanes coming to my state of Virginia?
Some airplanes coming into Virginia. Well, let's see. I
believe he means from O'Hare, departing off to Virginia. There are multiple flights a day off to Virginia from Chicago O'Hare International Airport.
Not currently on the stream that we've seen, but there's United Airlines Flight 1097 that's about to arrive into Reagan Airport. But let's see, what other aircraft might we have? I don't see any currently. We have one going to Pittsburgh, to Boston, but I do not see at the moment any aircraft headed off to Virginia here from O'Hare, but we will make sure to look out for any aircraft making their way to Virginia. There's that United 319 going in front of our International Terminal 5 here at O'Hare, where we have all of our international arrivals dock into. Due to the fact that Terminal 5 is the only terminal at O'Hare currently that has customs, that will be changing in the next couple years with the ORD 21 program, building customs in both Terminal 1 and Terminal 2, and kind of a fun sight over here. I'm not sure I've seen this specific Alaska Airlines aircraft type before. This looks to be a 737-700. I love the 737-700, and it looks even better with the Alaska livery. I'll be interested to see where that Alaska has come in from. Let's take a look at the radar. That Alaska Airlines 737-700 arrived in from Portland, 24 years of age, Alaska flight 324. First time I've seen an Alaska 737-700.
Ben saying that Alaska 700 is from Portland, not a normal visitor from O'Hare.
Got one of the O'Hare ground vehicles with lights on. Interested to see where this vehicle may be going. Looks like it's gonna make his way toward 28 left and 10 right. Lights and sirens off. The most likely reason for him His most likely reason for all those lights on is just for visibility reasons. And I've just been notified we have a super chat from AvGeek Tours, the AvGT community. We are all part of it. Nice to see you guys live. AvGeek Tours, thank you so much for tuning in. I love to see your live streams, whether they're from, well, your videos come from Tucson and your catch of the day, or your streams from over at San Francisco or LAX. Love all the videos that you are doing over there on AvGeek Tours and for the AvGT community.
Thank you very much for that super chat. We really appreciate it.
Just looking back at the comments, Sean talking about, yeah, the, I believe it is, what is it, Washington Dulles, where you have to take a train from terminal to terminal. It is quite spread out. And over at Dulles, anyone that spots over there, got a couple friends. You get the Emirates 380, sometimes the Lufthansa 380. A couple aircraft also coming in. Good news for everyone here. Third to runway 28 center, we have the Austrian Airlines flight 65, a 777-200 Zeeb 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 from Vienna, Austria, flight time of 9 hours and 5 minutes for this 26-year-old 777-200. We'll go to a departure, looks to be a United 737 MAX. Nice departure for that 737 MAX, and looks like we have another aircraft also departing 28 right. This one, an Airbus 320 headed to Portland, Oregon. 27 years of age, 440 Uniform Alpha, departing runway 28 right currently. Making its turn to the north, and we can come over and look to our arrivals. We have a departure. Is it a special livery? It looks maybe to be. Yes, we have a Star Alliance livery, United 737-800 departing 28 right. Nice departure. That aircraft, that Star Alliance livery, headed off to Omaha, Nebraska. As we have our Austrian 777, second in line to land now on 28 center. You can see it just in the top right of your screen. This aircraft, 26 years of age, registered Oscar Echo Lima Papa Echo. 26 years old, arriving in just a few minutes early. Benjamin saying the United 737-800 in the Star Alliance livery. An unexpected, great aircraft to see here. Now that Austrian closing out on runway 28 center. Flight 65 for this 777. Looks like a United 321neo possibly that's going to be getting ready. Yep, United 321neo flight 1878, number 14506, the fifth A321neo for United. That'll be next departing. You can see it just in the center of your screen, about to turn right onto 28 right to depart on its way to San Francisco, California. This aircraft next departing, United Airlines 321neo, delivered new to United in February of 2024 of this year, as it's now rolling down to a right on its way to San Francisco. November 14506.
After this departure, you know what time it is. It's time for our top of the hour.
So any of you unknown to the meaning of NEO, that is simply new engine option, where we have new, higher bypass turbofan engines than ones normally on the Airbus 321. Much larger, lots of bleed air, where only a small amount of air is actually really needed to power the engine, and they have incredible power on them, much less sound, and save a considerable amount of jet fuel for flying. So it's a win-win-win for Airbus and for any of the aircraft flying the NEOs. We now have another super chat from Judy, $5. Thank you so much. Keep it up, guys. Love it. Thank you so much. We really appreciate any support possible to the channel. That's what allows us to come back out and to stream. So thank you so very much to each of you tuning in and each of you that give us super chat.
Ready for our top of the hour?
Seems about right for that.
Sweet.
6 minutes past the hour. Let's do our top of the hour. Welcome to XLRS Live here on the hill at O'Hare. So now in the 1 o'clock hour, looking at what aircraft we might have coming in pretty soon. Number 2 to land on 28 Center. First we have, number 3 to land. We have one landing right now. And number 3 to land, we have a United Boeing 787. Take a zoom in, see if we can see. Just at the top of your screen there, you see a CRJ 200 in the center, and then we have the 787 behind it, a -10 Dreamliner, United Flight 986, arriving in from Paris Charles de Gaulle International Airport. A flight time 8 hours and 24 minutes, registered November 13013, a 4-year-old Dreamliner delivered new in 2020 to United amid the pandemic. And a couple other heavies to look forward to. 11 minutes out, we have ITA Airways, an Airbus 330-200 flight 628, arriving in from Rome in Italy. And then 13 minutes out, China Cargo Airlines, a 777 freighter flight 227, registered Bravo 222 Zulu. And then 25 minutes out, we have Aer Lingus flight 123, an Airbus 330-300, arriving in from Dublin, registered Echo Indigo Mike. So, good number of aircraft to tune in to. If you have any friends who might not have much to do or into aviation or both, then tell them to check us out here at XLRS Live on the Hill. A couple 4-engined Queens to look forward to as well. 21 minutes out, we have Atlas Air Flight 8104, 747-8, and then Lufthansa Flight 330 in 36 minutes, a 747-400. We'll stay queued in to our Dreamliner. Couple departures. Let's take a look at what we got departing next. We have United Airbus 320 headed to Kansas City. Now the United 320 and an Embraer 175. So lots of action here at O'Hare just past the 1 o'clock hour. The 787 powered by the General Electric GE NX engine. Working a little bit of aerodynamic braking, keeping the nose up on that 787 for a few seconds there. Take a look, you can camera still a bit.
I'm gonna do a quick swap. Ryder's gonna keep on with commentation, but I'm gonna do a little camera operating here.
So that's 787 now taxiing its way back to the international terminal to arrive. Aircraft departing there, an Embraer 170, Republic Airways flight 3499, and Embraer 170 headed to Cedar Rapids, Iowa, an 18-year-old E170. Aircraft just departed Airbus 320 headed to Toronto, United Airlines flight 1113, an Airbus 320, 28 years of age, registered November 431 Uniform Alpha. We spotted 430 a few minutes ago, and we have another 320 departing here on 28 right headed to LaGuardia, November 495 Uniform Alpha. Pretty good climb on that 320, climbing at 3,000 positive rate currently. All right, take a look at an arrival here on runway 28 center, SkyWest Airlines flight 5761. Nice touchdown for that SkyWest. Let's see if he's able to make the first high-speed exit onto Papa 2 or decides to go with the second one onto Papa 1. Nice touchdown for that SkyWest. Let's see if he's able to make the first high-speed exit onto Papa 2 or decides to go with the second one onto Papa 1. Looks like his taxiway of choice, Papa 1 for that E175, then it'll make a right onto Papa or cross runway 28 right on Delta Delta. Looks like his taxiway of choice, Papa 1 for that E175, then it'll make a right onto Papa. Decided to make a turn onto Papa 1 as it's going to make its way back to Terminal 2 or Terminal 1, whichever location that its gate is located at. We also have a comment from Benjamin saying he flew that 320 from Newark to Chicago in 2017. Yeah, we flew actually 495 Uniform Alpha to Los Angeles in 2021 for our first time ever to Los Angeles. We took a 320 registered 495 Uniform Alpha. So a lot of the 320s are still flying all the way until they're 30 years old, and the United is sending them into the desert. But otherwise, they're keeping them just about as long as they can. On some positive news also coming to the south runway in a few minutes, we have China Cargo Airlines Flight 227, a Boeing 777 just to our north and west, going to fly west of the field before turning downwind for 28 Center. Also, another bit of positive news, ITA Airways Flight 628 and Airbus 330-200 arriving in from Rome is now lined up for runway 28 Center. So we will get a first row seat. It is currently on 17-mile final, just about to cross over the lakeshore and into Illinois as we'll look at a departing 737. That aircraft departing to Miami, and our next departure, a Boeing 717, Delta Airlines Flight 1567 headed to Minneapolis. It'll be departing down 28 right in just a moment. The 717, essentially the MD-95, 24 years of age, originally delivered to Air Tran in 1999. That aircraft departing. It's great news that that Delta Airlines is keeping the 717 around. They're the only U.S. operator of the type currently, and unfortunately, within the next couple of years, there will be no operators of it. But Delta is using the aircraft as long as they possibly can. Now barely coming into view, far out to our east, we have the ITA Airways second in line behind a Spirit Airbus A321neo. That's Spirit arriving Flight 1624 from Houston, Intercontinental. And behind that, ITA Airways Flight 628 coming in from Rome in Italy. A couple other aircraft lining up for 28 Center. We have GoJet a CRJ 550 operated by United Express, or operated by GoJet, but United Express colors, arriving in 3 minutes. And behind that, Copa Airlines, a 737-800 arriving in from Panama City. Our Lufthansa 747-400 now 31 minutes away to our north and east. It'll be arriving 54 minutes late today. Departed Frankfurt almost 2 hours late, so it made up some good time on the way. And we'll let you listen to the reversers on this Airbus 321 operated by Spirit, arriving now on to its center. As that Spirit's touchdown, looks like it's most likely going to make the second exit onto Papa 1, as just 3 miles out now we have our ITA Airways Airbus 330. This ITA Airways, it's going to be arriving next, registered Echo Indigo, Echo Juliet Hotel, originally delivered 13 years ago to Alitalia. Flew with them until 2020, when Alitalia ceased operations. Alitalia now just 1,000 feet from the ground, from mean sea level, that is. Reversers and spoilers deployed. That aircraft in the standard ITA Airways livery. Let us know down in the comment section what you think of the ITA Airways livery, or if you prefer the Alitalia livery. ITA currently operates the Airbus A330-200, 300, and Neo, or 900. And also the Airbus 350-900. Turning right onto Papa, we're going to come over and look at a retro CRJ 200. You can also see off in the distance there, Lufthansa Airbus 350 currently taxiing its way over to Terminal 1, where it will depart off to Munich, and a United 200 non-ER. That aircraft will be departing to Los Angeles with the Pratt & Whitney engines. You can see that 777 almost being able to be viewed head-on now. It's taxiing its way over to depart runway 28 right. Their next arrival will be Copa Airlines. 737-800 arriving from Panama City, departed at 8:21 a.m. Panama City time. Took that flight a few weeks back, not particularly enjoyable. And about the flight with Copa Airlines. Copa Airlines is a fantastic airline. They operate a fleet of 737-800s, 900s, and MAX 8s and 9s. Back to our Copa Airlines 737. If I remember correctly, the first time I saw Copa, I remembered it, or I thought it looked pretty similar to United's. You see, you've got the white fuselage, and the tail is about the easiest way to tell that it is different, because Copa and United do not have the same tails. Another thing to look forward to for all of you tuned in here just now on the map with ADS-B on, we have Etihad Airways Flight 150 and Airbus A350-1000 departing to Abu Dhabi in just a few minutes. As our 777-200 lines up, just a tip for anyone who's going to be flying the 737-900 in United's fleet, do not pick seat 10 Alpha or 10 Foxtrot. Those do not have windows. Just something to know if you're ever interested in if your seat will have a window or not. I always recommend searching up on Seat Guru. That United 777 now rolling down 28 right with the ETA in view. A little bit of a smoke cloud behind it. Those Pratt & Whitney engines are pretty smoky, but they should give some good roaring sound as well. China Cargo Airlines 777, almost making a full stop on runway 28 center before exiting Papa 1. Gonna cross now on Delta Delta across runway 28 right. No, he's gonna make it right on Papa. Still flaps extended, as we have another retro CRJ 200 departing runway 28 right. Getting all the retro CRJs here at O'Hare. Got a couple heavies coming in soon here. (737) departing 28 right. An American A321 exits runway 28 center onto Papa 1. We've got two heavies coming in next. We've got Aer Lingus and Airbus 330, number 2 for runway 28 center, flight 123. And then we have Atlas Air, flight 8104. A 747-8 arriving in from Anchorage. As the 737 before Aer Lingus arrives, we can go ahead and zoom in to get a view of both of our arriving aircraft out there.
Sorry about those on-screen things. Just gotta be careful where I put my arrow.
We got the 330 arriving, the 777 freighter crossing 28 center, and the 747 on final back there. Great shot, a lot of stuff going on there. The 747 now slowed to final approach speed 160 knots. 2 miles from the field. This 8-year-old 747 delivered new to Atlas Air in 2015, registered November 859 Golf Tango. Heavy braking from those GENX spoilers in the brakes. Let's see if this Atlas decides to come all the way down. It might come right in front of us. This would be a great treat. See if it takes a left. Ah, it's not. Just zoom in on these GENX engines. Gives a perspective on how big the 747 is. If it needs 4 of the GENX and a 787 only needs 2 of those. Make a right on Papa there. Retract flaps. Do a little post-landing flow. Looks like, what is that, a 321 Neo or a 757? Departing to, we got a 321 Neo departing 28 right. Should be a cool shot with the tower of the 747 in here, and it. Coming back all the way through the heat haze, way at the other side of the airfield, we have Etihad Flight 150 slowly making its way onto runway 28 right. Looks like it's got departing right now an American Eagle 170 and then an Embraer 175 headed to Cleveland, and then we will have our Airbus 350 depart. You can see the CRJ just to the left of the tail of the 350 currently. That Aer Lingus 330 taxiing right in front. With the E145 rolling, looks like Etihad is cleared to line up and wait for runway 28 right. Should get great sound from these XWB, Rolls-Royce XWB engines, as our umbrella is almost wanting to tip over here. Trying to shade ourselves, shade our equipment. Etihad making that slow right turn onto 28 right. So Etihad departing full length on the 13,000-foot runway 28 right. Gonna use a good amount of it too for its 7,100-mile flight over to Abu Dhabi in Dubai, or in United Arab Emirates. Pretty quiet time now. There's no aircraft landing on 28 Center, the runway closest to us. There's not much going on with departures. So we're tracking an American 787 arriving in from Barcelona over on 27 Center, our most central runway here at O'Hare. Newly opened 27 Center, 09 Center opened in late 2020. Roughly 11,000 feet in length. Got that Atlas Air 747 that arrived just a few moments ago, making its way, taxiing through, currently on Bravo, taxied Papa 1 Papa Echo Echo, now on Bravo, gonna make its way across I-190 before continuing on Bravo, then turning Delta Mike November November before making its way to Northeast Cargo. Looks like departure-wise, we have an EVA Air, Boeing 777 headed to Anchorage, flight 661, a Boeing 777 freighter. Let's bring the camera over to that. Should have some nice GE90 engine sound from that. Now lined up for 28 right. Through the heat haze, as thick as it may be, this aircraft, 2 years of age, delivered in October of 2021 to EVA Air Cargo. Registered Bravo 16787, serial number 67031. It's registered in Taiwan.
Current weather in Chicago, 80 degrees and sunny. Quite the change from this morning.
Yeah, our
overcast. But
current METAR with winds 300 at 9 knots and 10 miles visibility, and the clouds have definitely cleared up as well.
real feel currently 82 degrees. Beautiful blue sunny skies here at Chicago O'Hare International Airport.
Now rolling down 28 right, we have the EVA Air Cargo 777. Listen to these General Electric GE90s as it's roaring up into the sky off our 13,000 foot longest runway here at O'Hare. Got part of our umbrella in that shot, but got as much of the shot as we could. You hear the familiar sound of a 757 Rolls-Royce engine. That's over to our left. Let's take a look at that. Having arrived on the northernmost 27 right. Looks to be a Dash 200. Maybe a flight in from Newark before it leaves across the pond somewhere. I'm looking at our arrivals. I see a 747 number 2 for arrival. That's some good news. 747 on 28 center with a 737 arriving before it. That's 747, none other than Lufthansa. 747-400 will be arriving in from Frankfurt. Frankfurt's the main hub for Lufthansa in central Germany. It's also the main hub for their 747s, the 747-400-8 and their Airbus 340-600s and 300s. Munich is more of a hub for their Airbus 350-900s and some of their 380s. But more flights with the Airbus 380 will be departing from and arriving into Frankfurt in the near future. So we'll be getting that 747-400 arriving, and then next to depart will be Air Serbia Nikola Tesla livery as an Airbus 330-200 going to Belgrade, Serbia. Now lining up for 28 right. We're going to stay on our 747-400, arriving on 28 center, and then we'll pan over to get the Nikola Tesla livery. As the 747 slows, we have the Nikola Tesla livery Air Serbia 330-200 now accelerating down 28 right. Back to our Lufthansa 747-400 that arrived just a moment ago. Exit the second high-speed exit, Papa 1, now on to Papa. A couple aircraft that will be arriving soon here. We're going to zoom in all the way over to runway 27 center. We have KLM, a 787-10 arriving in from Amsterdam. Flight time of 8 hours and 4 minutes for this 4-year-old 787 registered Papa Hotel Bravo Kilo Foxtrot. Passing right in front of the central tower. Our next arrival over on 27 Center will be American Airlines Flight 111, a 787-8 arriving in from Rome, Italy. The same place that ITA arrived in from a few minutes ago. The view of Chicago getting slightly clearer by the minute. Beautiful view over there. home to nearly 9 million people downtown in Chicago proper. Get a view way out of that KLM 787-10 that just arrived on 27 Center. You should see the American 787 that just arrived in a few seconds there. Yep, just to its right, gonna pass by right now. As you can see, some of the work going on, a lot of construction here at O'Hare currently. View of our two towers, two of the towers. There are many towers here at O'Hare. There's one to the north, there's a central tower, and then there's a south tower. And then, as you can see, the little tower on the left that's right in front of the Hilton O'Hare Airport, that is simply a ramp tower. So ramp operators can talk with pilots and such. Couple of arrivals we have. We have United Airlines Flight 952, a 787-10, currently 8 miles out. We also have American Airlines Flight 1350, a 737-800. Kind of cool. If we zoom in on the tower right now, you can see two aircraft arriving. One on 27 Center and further out, that Southwest on 27 right. You can see that Alaska 737-700 from a few moments ago. A couple other heavies to look forward to in the next few minutes. We have Iberia, an Airbus A330-300 arriving in from Madrid. That flight now just 9 minutes out, currently over Lake Michigan. We also have United Airlines Flight 971, a Boeing 787-10, coming in from Rome, Italy. And we have Coletta Air Flight 867, a 747-400, arriving in from Anchorage in Alaska. You can see that 787 now lined up for 28 Center, just a couple seconds, just about a minute from touching down on 28 Center. Getting a little snack going here. Some fruit snacks to keep us going here. Those GENX engines slowing down. The 787 will go to a departure. It looks to be a Delta. That 787 takes it right on to Papa, taxiway Papa. They'll retract their flaps, do a post-landing flow, and then make their way over to their gate. Back to those fruit snacks I was just talking about before our 787 arrived. Staying hydrated, sugared up. Make sure we got it as much energy as we can. CRJ 700 departing now. Got a United 777 non-ER-200, landing 27 center. And with that aircraft passing in front of the Terminal 1 windows, it's now past 2 o'clock. Time for a top of the hour here on XLRS Live. watching that United Dreamliner that landed just a few moments ago. CRJ 700 departing.
All right, we're back with some audio. Again, thank you all for joining us. We're thinking about 30 more minutes of this live broadcast. We'll wrap things up, hopefully with some really, really good landings around 2:30 or 2:45-ish. Thank you all for joining us here. We do look forward to hopefully bringing some more streams to you in the near future. Hopefully on the weekends when there is a little bit more viewership available. I'm currently watching Ryder finagle with the umbrella as it flies all over the place, trying to take off.
Like Kevin and Rudy were struggling with the umbrella.
Always the umbrella.
As much.
Yep, you already know it. But yeah, we've got some good arrivals lined up. Hopefully a few good departures. The umbrella is now beheading Ryder.
This we almost got to go around on 28 right, 28 center.
In case it's not blatantly obvious, wind is definitely picking up.
Wind is for sure picking up, yeah. Looking at our most recent METAR, shows winds now 270 at 8, so they've switched from coming from the north to now coming from the west. You got an
airspeed on them?
That Spirit 321 touches down on 28 center. Wind currently at 8 knots, but
definitely getting some gusts.
The gusts are higher for sure.
I'm gonna be the designated umbrella holder man. Clip the mic onto the umbrella. Give you guys some fantastic little commentary.
At 717 most likely heads off to Detroit. Either Detroit or Minneapolis. Those are the only two destinations, and it happens to be Detroit. Detroit Wayne Airport. Our next arrival on the center runway, we have Kaleta Air, flight 4867, a 747-400, arriving in from Anchorage.
And currently landing in Iberia. A330.
Yes.
This wind is going absolutely crazy.
I'll take it down a sec.
I'm gonna try to ditch the umbrella for the last 30 minutes here. No more behind the scenes shenanigans, hopefully. Wind's definitely staying strong here. Hopefully we won't have too much dust and sand floating around. And the unfortunately largest downside as to where we are currently spotting is the amount of wind and dust that gets picked up from all the construction going on out here. They are working on the satellite terminal, and this space is soon to become, I'm not totally sure what, but I believe either a new hangar or some sort of a flat hanging spot. Or docking spot. Again, over in the center runway, we have our KORD 747 arriving at the moment. This flight arriving from Anchorage, with a flight time of about 5 hours and 7 minutes. There it is, our KORD 747. That departure you just saw, an Embraer E170E, Chicago to actually no destination, currently on flight radar, so not totally sure where it's going. Maybe a flight to bring the plane to its next destination needs to depart. A deadhead for the crew. Not too much action here on the furthest south runway. Doesn't look like we've got any landings lined up at the moment. 27 center is currently being utilized. Looks like our next arrival is about 4 minutes out. Mitsubishi CRJ from St. Louis. That's a United Express flight. Behind that, a Delta Airlines 757 from Atlanta. We have some great visibility of the skyline at the moment. Let's see, it appears our next arrival here on runway 28 center is coming in from St. Louis, that Mitsubishi from United Express.
Beaver mentioned, we have our next arrival coming in from St. Louis, and one after it, Delta Airlines coming in from Atlanta, a 757. Got a CRJ 200 departing. In the SkyWest house colors. And got another CRJ 200 departing here.
This departure now heading off to Fort Wayne, a CRJ 200 long range. Again, operated by SkyWest for United Express. This next arrival, that Mitsubishi CRJ coming in from St. Louis, flight time 51 minutes, a brief flight. Shortly behind that, we do have our Boeing 757 flying for Delta Airlines, arriving from Atlanta, just 2 minutes out.
CRJ slowing down. See if he can make Papa 2 the first high-speed exit. He's going to go down to Papa 1, the second high-speed, so that he's able to give enough room for this Delta 75 to arrive behind him. A 757 originally delivered to Northwest Airlines in May of 1996, flew with them until Northwest and Delta combined.
And shortly behind that arrival is our United Airlines. Airbus A319 arriving from Nashville. Nashville.
Got a 321 Neo departing at 28 right. Well, and I guess that one's departing either to San Francisco or to Phoenix. And it's going to Houston. I was completely wrong. Next we got an E175 departing 28 right. SkyWest flight 5674. Got a United 319 landing 28 center now. And passing just to our south, we have United Airlines Flight 882, a 787. See if we can get a view on this.
I believe when that one comes in, that may be our last arrival of this live stream.
There it is, that 787-10 arriving in from Tokyo, Haneda. Go to another departure from 28 right. Get a view of that central tower in that Alaska 737-700 we saw a little while ago. An Embraer 175 long range.
Again, that 787 Dreamliner arriving from Tokyo in just about 6 minutes. That will likely be our final arrival of today's broadcast. Current temperature here in Chicago, 84 degrees, sunny, and the real feel is 86 degrees. Light winds and a relatively clear sky, so beautiful day to be out.
Now our current METAR says it all as well, with few clouds at 5,000 feet and scattered clouds at 18,000 feet. So not even a ceiling above us, just blue skies as far up as you can see. Altimeter now to 29080, and our humidity at 51% with a dew point of 63 degrees Fahrenheit or 17 degrees Celsius. Take a look at a couple arrivals here in the center of the airport. As you can see, that Alaska 737-700 now taxiing out. Looks like it will be departing. That 737-700, not a normal sight here at O'Hare. We usually see the 900 series and the MAX 8s and 9s. Zooming out, you can see some parallel arrivals there. 320 and a 737 on 27 center and 27 right. Some train horn in the background too. See if we can see that 787 in the distance. I feel like we might be able to now. Not quite. What we are seeing is SkyWest 6240, a CRJ 700, followed by United 793, 737-700, and then what will be our last aircraft at the stream, United Airlines Flight 882, a 787-10, just about to pass back into Illinois. Flew just south and west of us a few moments ago. Very calm, not a ton going on here at O'Hare at the moment. There's a CRJ 200 departure. You can see our CRJ 700 almost to the runway surface for 28 center. The CRJ 700. The CRJs are based upon the Bombardier Challenger series, originally private jets, and Challenger 808 or Challenger 600-800 is what became the original CRJ 200. Seats about 50 people. The CRJ 700 seat about 75 to 80. And the CRJ 900 can hold up to 90. Another departure too on 28 right. A couple of the departures there on 28 right. Looks like United 737 and Embraer 175.
Benjamin with a super chat of $2.20. Thank you for the great stream and great to hear you. Thank you very much for joining us today, Benjamin. Appreciate you watching the live stream, being one of our loyal viewers. Thank you very much for your super chat donation. Just gotta run the quick animation, you know. Thank you very much, Ben. Appreciate it.
You can see far out in the distance that 787 United, 787-10 arriving in from Tokyo Haneda International Airport. The 787 first developed in 2005, first flew in 2014, and United was its first operator, or ANA was the first operator, and the prototype is now at Pima Air and Space Museum in Tucson, Arizona. And United, ANA, and a couple other airlines are some of the different airlines that operate all three of the aircraft types, both the all three, including the Dash 8, Dash 9, and Dash 10. now closing in on 28 center. That's 787-10. Having to work on a little bit of crabbing now. As you can see, the wind's pushing him, a little bit of a right crosswind for him.
Everybody, thank you very much for joining us here on XLRS Aviation Live. We really appreciate all of you. Thank you very much for tuning in, and have a wonderful rest of your day. We'll catch you guys on the next one.